It says I am live. Good Monday morning from the Philippines to everyone out there. Happy Easter to those still living on the East Coast and West Coast and other places where it's still Easter. Happy Easter to everyone out there. Uh, didn't really do too much yesterday. I was going to go live. Hang on. We got to mute that. There we go. Was going to go live yesterday, but then Lit and the girls wanted to go to church, and I said, "All right, I'll take you over and drop you off." Uh, didn't really do too much. I think I had breakfast, like I always do. Uh, Met a subscriber, his wife, and their daughter. Um, but yeah, no Easter egg hunts here. Uh, no Easter baskets here. No Easter bunny type thing. It was a pretty quiet day yesterday. Uh, I love Leechon. Happy Easter to you. Mike, good morning, Mike. Our Philippines journey. Bruce, bringing kids to a first world country with good education and healthcare and great job opportunity to a third world country. What could be the downside of that? Yes, we will definitely get into that topic in a little bit. How you doing, Bruce? How's Florida? How's the champ doing down in Florida? Uh, Daryl Charity, good morning to you, Daryl. That's the thing today. It's Monday here, uh, and they have off today. Yesterday was Easter, fell on a Sunday, so they have off today. None of your government building or none of your government agencies or anything like that are open. Kids don't have school today, so they celebrate or they gave the kids and everybody else off um, today, Monday. It's kind of strange. Uh, Mike Foodie, good morning. Ricky USA, hello Ricky. I was just up there at where was I at? Up where we ate breakfast, Sitting Bull the other morning. Said hello to the beautiful waitresses up there and enjoyed a nice breakfast. But yeah, it's kind of weird. I was thinking, back in the states, Easter Sunday, is like the uh, the day you celebrate Easter. Those that believe in religion and it's the day Jesus rose from the grave, and that's like the sacred holiday. But here it's like they celebrate Holy Week, yes, all week, and then they shut everything down Thursday, Friday. Then everything reopens Saturday, Sunday. Like Sunday, everything was open. Matter of fact, Manny, my barber, he uh, he was closed Thursday, Friday, along with the malls and everything else. Then he was back open yesterday. But yeah, it's kind of strange. Like you would think everybody would celebrate it on Easter, but it's kind of different. Derek Adams, happy Easter to you. Good morning and happy Easter to you, John Wiggett, Florida man. How are you doing, Florida? Mike Foodie, are you still searching for the next place you'd like to move to in the Philippines? Yes, yes, we are. Um, I checked in on one. I'm not going to give it away until we actually do the trip. I did check into air flights to certain places, and boy, they are offering amazing deals right now. Cebu Pacific is, man, they got amazing deals all over, even down to where Lutz province is. Like, she could fly down there round trip for less than $100. Less than $100 round trip, and that's with a baggage, an extra baggage, flying out of Manila. Um, booking it in advance, even sometimes booking it late minute can be even cheap. But yes, we are still looking. Hannah's got after this year, Hannah has one more year of school. Um, she'll be going into 10th grade. And matter of fact, she only got a couple more weeks of this year, school grade, and that's it. Today's her birthday, April 10th. Hannah Grace's birthday today. Uh, no, she doesn't know the surprise. Uh, but yeah, her birthday's today. Our Christmas is only a few days long. Yes, unlike the Philippines that need 4 months to celebrate. Yeah, and then they celebrate it like Christmas Eve is when the party starts and everybody eats at midnight and this and that and it's crazy. It's like they celebrate 4 months, but a lot. I'm not going to say all, but most people will have their big meals on Christmas Eve at midnight. To where back in the States, Christmas Day, uh, whatever, whatever. That's the difference here. That's the culture. That's how things roll here. People always will compare, and you do it. You will always compare how things are in the country you come from, and think those things apply here. It's different here. Everybody hears that old saying, it's a different world. Well, it is a different world here. You know. Um, so yeah. Anyways, 64 people in the house. We are 7 minutes in. We're just going to wait a little bit more before I get into this topic. But yes, Mike Foodie, we are looking. Florida man. Woot woot. Where are we at? Louisville checking in. HBD. Hannah Grace. She's still sleeping. I think she's still sleeping. How old is Hannah Grace? Nope, she is turning 15. Well, no, she's 15 today. She was 14 yesterday. I'd always kid her every day as a countdown. Well, you only got 2 more days, 3 more days of being 14, and then now you're going to be 15. And yeah, she's 15. Bing Bing is 13. Her birthday is, I think, October. I think September, October, something like that. But yes, weather wise, here, warm, muggy. Uh, come 10 or no, come 11, 12 o'clock, warm. Like you don't want to be out in that heat. It gets cooking. Uh, but yeah, we got something planned for Hannah later on this evening. Mitch Bromwell. Thank you, Mitch Bromwell. Happy birthday to Hannah Grace. Tell her to enjoy your special moment. Will do, Mitch. Thank you so much. When are you going to hop on one of them jet or one of them rockets and propel rocket yourself over here to the Philippines? Mitch, I've known you for how long? Not known you personally, but being a subscriber, always leaving great comments, always coming in um, to the lives, giving super chats, like a long time, Mitch. But I have yet to meet you in person. You're like a long time subscriber. Oh yeah, along with Bruce, along with Ricky, along with Mike, along with Daryl. You need to get over here. I know Bruce says he's coming over, so hopefully we'll see Bruce. Kurt Wilson, very corrupt businesses practice is what you would need to teach your kids to really make it in the Philippines. Ah, yeah. Man. Kabul, English City was surprised how tall Bing Bing has grown. Oh yeah, yeah, she's grown quite a bit. You know, the kids grow. They get that to that age where, man, they just start growing. But she's still. I remember when Hannah was shorter than Louisa. Looked. My wife looked. Um, she now has surpassed Lut. So yeah, I don't think Bing will surpass. I think Bing's just going to be tiny. You know. But yeah, they do. They grow. Do I know any? Do I know any stores that have breakfast sausage patties? Quite a few here. Um, I know Angel's Bakery. I'm not mistaken. They had. I'd seen some in there. Um, Pinky's Deli. There are. I'm not a big sausage type person, but I know they sell it here. Different places do sell it. If I were to go on the hunt for some, I could find some. SNR. Yeah. Did eggs go up in price like they did here in the States? Mm, if they are up, I don't know. Look does all the shopping. Uh, then again, nothing will really go crazy expensive up. The markets here fluctuate. Sometimes beef might be expensive, pork might be expensive, chicken. It always fluctuates. It seems like right now that rice seems to be going up. Um, it's like anywhere else, but it but it doesn't go crazy expensive. Because if it goes crazy expensive, the people just won't buy it. If they're getting 500 pesos for a dozen eggs, well, people won't buy it. They'll just do without until it drops. There was an onion thing where onions were just crazy expensive. Um, but yeah, that it happens here. Yeah. So, all right, guys, let's talk about bringing your children to the Philippines. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? What are the pros? What are the cons? What brought me to this subject? Let me get a drink quick. My throat really dry, really hurting, rough like. What brought me to this subject was beginning of the video. I said I'd met up with subscriber yesterday. Very nice couple, um, young daughter, 4 or 5 maybe, somewhere around there. Um, and he's thinking about retiring and relocating here to the Philippines. He's weighing all his options right now. And he asked me some questions about, what about the education here? What about this? What about that? And that's the thing. Guys will, in your late 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, meet a Filipino female here online, come out here, visit her, bring her back to wherever they live, the States, Canada, Germany, get married, maybe wait a year, two, three, four, five, and boom, have a child. Because let's face it, the guys that are meeting the females, for the most part, are older gentlemen, all right, meeting younger females in their 20s, maybe even their 30s, bringing them back to the States. I'm just going to go with the States, get married, and have children. The guy's an older gentleman. They're ready to retire at age 60, and they have a child who's young, and they want to move back here to the States or back here to the Philippines. Now you got to weigh out everything. I have a young child. How is the young child going to adapt? Are they going to be able to adapt? Um, and speaking with the gentleman and his wife, One of the things I said is the language barrier. And he had said that, yes, the wife does teach her Tagalog, I think Visaya, teaches her different languages of the Philippines. She can understand it, and I think he said she speaks a little bit. But you gotta put that in consideration. Also, you're bringing a child here, and the child, my bag on. The child is going to have to deal with that language barrier, right? I think I'm on. Uh, the child is going to have to deal with that language barrier, and hang on, let me see. And that that'll be a difficult thing for the child to deal with. We all know when a lot of people will live around family members, around cousins, around mothers, around fathers of your Filipino wife, and to interact with the other children could be rough for a while. But kids do pick up; uh, they pick up things real quick. Um, we knew a guy who brought his, I think the girl at the time was 10, 11 years old, and the girl had mental issues, had mental issues. And she would throw fits because she couldn't communicate with the other kids here. Um, we felt bad. We really did feel bad for the girl. Um, she couldn't play with her cousins. She couldn't play with her friends. And the fact that the child did have some type of mental disability, a learning disability, um, it was terrible. He would go to the schools and try to enroll his daughter into a public school here, a public school. And multiple ones told him no. And he even took her, I think, to a private school, and they told him no because there's no way she could learn. There was no way she could comprehend things. Um, they do speak English in school here, yes, but they also speak Tagalog. Um, but boy, I felt bad for her. It's like, why would you do that to a child? Because you want to, and this might seem kind of like, I don't know. No, I'm going to call it how it is because you wanted to chase a woman. You know what I mean? You want to put your child, in a situation like this because you wanted to chase a woman, but to each their own. Uh, and then then I was talking to that same gentleman here, the subscriber, and I was saying about schools here. Yes, they have international schools here. You can put your child in an international school. Um, it's going to cost you a little bit more money. What's the difference between like a private school and a public school? And we can talk. I can talk about it because we experience it here, right? I can give you factual information because we have it. We have Hannah in a private school. We have Bing Bing in a public school. So we can talk from experience about it. There's a big difference. Hannah's school and school here, when it comes to private school, they're all about, Hannah school is all about education. We're not taking off today to run to the park and, do Zumba or something like that. It's all about education, right? Where Bing is in private public school, some of the stuff like she comes home and says, it's like, what? Like the teacher had to leave early the other day because the teacher had to go to Zumba class. What? What'd you do today? Oh, we were outside basically playing. Like they have different things that, you know, that you hear and see from a private school to a public school. But yes, they do have international schools here that, everything's taught in English and everything's taught in, the American education, but it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. Um, Not only that, people say, and it's true, you can get a better, of course, you can get a better education back in the States. Then you got to look at it like this too. I look at it now. You know, I'm born born in America. Love America. I love the land of America. I don't like what's going on there now. Do you want to raise your child in that environment? I guess it depends. It depends on the person raising the child, what their values are, what their morals are. If they think, and maybe somebody's going to jump up and scream and yell and holler right now, and I'm going to unsubscribe from you and everything, and then go ahead. If you think it's okay for for the we hear about the transgenders, and you think that's okay for your male or female or whatever to participate in the other sport and all that, if you think that's okay, okay, whatever. I don't think it's okay. There's a lot of things I don't think is okay that's going on back in America. You know, I'm not going to argue with people. I'm not going to unfriend people. I'm not going to, block people. And no, you can have your opinion. I can have my opinion. Beyond that, we can remain friends. But you got to look at how things are going. Here, things are pretty laid back. You don't have to worry about your child going to school here and worry about some nutcase busting in and doing what they've been doing back in the States, right? Like I said, nutcase doing that. Nutcase. Not the AR-15 doing it, the nutcase. I could take it, I got to watch what I say so they don't, oh, that's unsuitable. I can take that AR-15, lay it down on the table. I can have 5,000 kids, 5 million kids walk by that. AR-15 is not going to do nothing. You can walk by it, they're safe. You take that one nut, that's all they are, the nut, the crazy guy, he's the one that does it. Not the AR-15, we proved that AR-15 didn't do it. The nut did it. So now you know how I stand on that. I think it's disgusting how they try to blame the AR-15. It's the nut. And you can say, oh, well, we got to make it to where it's not harder or not easy for them to get it. They're still going to get it. So is that the environment you want your child to grow up in? Walk into Walmart, worry about violence? You don't see that here. Here you'll see family members take care of the other kids. Like when we were down in the province, um, What's nieces and nephews, they all would hang out, and if there was a young child there, they all took care of them. They all look after them. Um, you want your kid out in the streets playing and have to worry about that? Here, your kid can be out in the street playing. Um, there's so much to look into. You know, I personally think at a young age, a child just starting out in school, not even, maybe even kindergarten, first grade, second grade, to bring them over here, I think they would be okay. Are they going to get the greatest education? Yeah, you can get a child great education. I think Hannah's getting great education. Bing is getting Filipino education. I think the child would be okay. I think they'd be able to adapt. They'd be able to learn the language. Um, but would I do it to an older child? Well, first of all, the child would have to want to go along. You know what I mean? Show me a child that's been in school, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13-year old, been in school, has friends since they were kindergarten, and want to just pack up and move and come to the Philippines. Now, it does happen. Of course, it happens because military guys are always transferring, always moving. So the military world is used to that, right? Be stationed somewhere, they have kids, and oh, hey, we got to get up. We've got to transfer to another country, another state. So the military guys are used to that, and women, they're used to that, families. But young kids, and I think that, the teenage areas, I think it'd be very rough on them. Um, but yes, he's debating now on, whether to come over here, and that's the thing. Like I said, you 60 years old, you're ready to retire. You've been with your Filipino wife, brought her to the States. You've been together 5 years, 10 years. Um, have a child. Now you're ready to retire. You want to come over here. You have a child. You got to weigh all this in. Um, yeah. Oh, there's Hannah. Wow. Wow. There's Hannah, 15-year-old Hannah. She just woke up. Uh, that's just my thoughts. Everybody will do what they want, right? Where are we at? Let me see. Let me scroll up here. Oh, Derek Adams. Thank you. Hannah got a super chat for $5. Hannah Grace. She says thank you. Uh, probably. Where am I at here? I'm sorry. I get talking, and the comments come in. Um, Everybody that's in here right now is a subscriber. I have my channel set up when I do lives that everybody that is in here right now is a subscriber, and I have a couple monitors in here that monitor the chats. Um, Look, you want to you want to step in here quick. I need to cough my throat out. Victor Coco, thank you for the super chat for Hannah Grace. Another super chat for Hannah Grace.
Wow.
Wow. Honey, I got my throat.
So guys, I woke up a few minutes ago, but I'm having coffee outside. So where should I start?
At the bottom.
At the bottom.
My throat is
Our Philippine journey, they are taught the book answer. They are not taught logical problem solving.
just.
I don't know. I will ask Hannah how did they do, but they are taught the book. Hey Hannah, how did your school go? Like they're teaching you like a book in the book? Yeah, yeah, she said yeah. George, happy birthday, Hannah. Grace, have a good one. Good morning from North California. From Jeannie. Victor Coco Lutlut, did you enjoy Easter holiday? Oh yeah. Yesterday we spent most of our time in the church with me and my girls in the morning, and then we went out. We went to canteen to eat, and then it's pros pa. It's pros. There you go. We went to canteen to eat, and then we come back home. Well, Hannah has a friend, I know, celebration. Fan, happy birthday, Hannah Grace. Kevin Agni, how was Easter service, George? How long was you there? I might 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours. Because we do like what's that called, Hannah? The first one? Oh, Sunday school, and then I do the like a mass, the mass. Uh, I like the topic yesterday. Daryl Charity, Lot, hello, so fast. Lot, my beautiful friend, how are you and the girls on this Monday morning? Happy birthday to Hannah Grace. Oh, thank you, Daryl. We are good. Today's holiday. I was thinking to make breakfast very soon. Gangsto gummy bear. I have met Filipinas from the province that could more than likely run circle around a lot of you're talking about, lacking in school, and they have never even been to college. You know, in province that is true, but it's like that's like long before, yeah, majority, because before parents, or like it's not all, like it's not all, um from the old tradition, no, from the old people, studying is not really important. Once you knows how to write and read and write, it's that's about it. Because my mom parents, that's how the I know, but word changed. Now they are very big different. Like when I was in school, majority of my classmates are like very professional. Some of them teachers, some of them nurses, some of them some of them is actually, one of them is already principal in the school. You want to sit now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
guys,
done.
I gotta prepare that. No, I gotta prepare the breakfast right now. You have a good day, and thank you for all the greetings anyway. Enjoy your day. Bye.
Let's give a round of applause to our beautiful co-host. Look.
I'm going to start the breakfast.
All right. Sounds good. And getting back to my subject, my topic, even Hannah was in the province, and we had her in a private Catholic school, okay? And then she came up to live with us, and I think it was fourth grade or fifth grade was when she came here, and we enrolled her in a private school. She had to take an exam. She actually had to take an exam to qualify to go in a private school. Some children will have to. Now, I think if they start at like a kindergarten or pre K, I think you're good to go for the simple reason they're starting out in school. Um, but I haven't had to take an exam. Some private schools will require that. She took the exam. She was a little low on math, but they said yes, she's fine. She's good to go. And when she came up here, she could speak a little bit of English, right? And comprehend a little bit of English. But now the girl can sit down, and I can sit down with her and carry on a full English conversation. So it just does go to show that the mind of the young ones just are constantly learning and learning and learning. But yeah, she now we're trying to get like Bing is starting to speak a little bit of English, right? She can comprehend it, She knows what I'm saying. And if she doesn't know what I'm saying, I'll say, right, Bing, and I shake my head, and she shakes her head. So she can comprehend it. But she even is starting to say a little bit of English. Um, so yeah, they will learn. So anyway, where are we at here? Yeah, let's went out and bought some good bacon and some not bagels, muffins, English muffins, and she's making breakfast this morning. Where are we at? Bruce says, in my opinion, I think most schools there are a scam and a farce. There are some good ones, but few and far between. Eh, I don't even know what, you know, I don't even know what do they teach in America in the schools. I don't know. No clue. It's been so long since I was in school. I have no clue what they even teach in America anymore. I think I'm correct. And this, but Hannah's story is not that much different than being other than Lut is the mother. Hannah was in the province while Lut lived in the States and became city girl. I, yeah, being even back in the province, like Hannah always had really good grades. Um, Bing's grades weren't always that great, but she is like she's improving. I think just the environment and no one really taking the time to um, help her to show her, different things. Um, Bing's improving. Yes, Bing is improving in school. I told her I said, Bing, if next year, if you get honor student, you don't have to be high honor or super honor student. I said, I will give you 10,000 pesos, right? Like, oh. So Bing went to her friends and told her friends, hey, my Tito said he'd give me 10,000 pesos, right? If I get honor student. And her friends told her, well, we'll help you get honor student next year if you split the purse with us. That was funny. But no, she's improving. She'll have her friends over here and they work on projects. I know they're doing some type of house right now. They were all over here sitting outside and painting, and they had the glue gun. And so, and she's meeting friends. Like she's kind of shy. Bing's always been kind of shy. Um, but now she's meeting friends. She's getting to know friends in school because you figure when she first came up here, everything was still, the kids were not going to school. They were still doing the modular. So when she came up here, she came into the system and started doing the modulars. She didn't meet anybody. She didn't have classmates that she knew here. Um, she didn't know the kids. I mean, she knew Hannah, um, but now that they're back to school this year, she's meeting friends and she's talking with kids, and her school is huge. Uh, Good God, we picked her up the other day of school, and it was like an ant colony let loose. I mean, the kids just kept coming out of the door and coming out of the door and coming out of the door. That's seventh grade to 10th grade. And then you have two classes. You have morning class and afternoon class. So she's meeting kids, you know. Um, she goes to her friend's house here. They come here. I don't know if they've gone to the mall yet. Her and her friends, I don't know. Hannah does. Hannah, she's old enough to where she's with her friends and they're all together. But yeah, where are we at? Mike says it's not the kids. Oh, it's a school. It is the school system here. If I'm not mistaken, pre chimp problem. The Dep Ed here, you know, back in the States, like anything below a 70 was anything below a 70 was a failing grade, right? Here in the Philippines, if they move, I don't even think it was a 70. I think it was a 60 here in the Philippines. They moved that threshold to like 55. So anything below 55 here is now failing. So it is the system here. The system here is terrible when it comes to things like that, but it is what it is, right? We don't control it. You know, being she is American uh, um, level, a C, about a C, give or take. Hannah, an American standard, is about a 95 or more. It's the system here. It's terrible, but it is what it is. I mean, we is American school system the best in the world? I don't know. I never did a research on it. Um, who knows? Who knows? Where are we at? What am I missing here? Let me scroll up. Ryan, baseball season. Yes, Victor Coco, it is. I think the Phillies are 2-5 now, if I'm not mistaken. Like they didn't win a single game until a couple days ago. I think they were 2-5. Yes, but it's early in the season. It's early in the season. Uh, where are we at? On station from Las Vegas, Sonny Ray. Sonny Ray, thank you for stopping in. Where are we at? And Mr. J.L. Barrett, yes, you have been watching for years. You pop in and out, um, but you're another one you've been watching for years. Another long time subscriber. Kevin AG, I guess I would imagine it's a long time subscriber. Arturo, how are you doing, Arturo? Another long time subscriber. Uh, Gord Orr, my wife's best memories in life are from going to Catholic school. I was brief, but life changed. The love and Bible study was overwhelming. She lit up when she talked about it. Yeah, I mean, it is a Catholic-based country. Um, there are Catholic schools you can send your kids to here. Private schools. It's all in what you want. You should have seen how many kids were able to pass and graduate in the U.S. during Bush's No Child Left Behind. I remember all that. No Child Left Behind. See, when I was going to school, I had a hard time learning. I didn't start kind of learning until I was like easily being able to pick up school and learning till I was probably like in 10th grade. Like I had a hard time, you know. Well, there was no such thing as ADD, BDD, CDD, OCD, BBB. You know, there was no alphabet to put a label on a kid. You know what we were called? That kid's just dumb, right? That kid's just dumb. Well, it took me ninth grade, 10th grade until I was able to actually comprehend and have everything click. You know, I could sit, I remember my parents were strict. They didn't beat us, but if we needed an ass whooping, you know, we got it, but not in a, violent way, where we were beaten down and strapped like Jesus was strapped. None of that. We got the good old spanking, and that's what's wrong in America. Now they would say you're abusing that kid. Why are you abusing that kid? That's abuse. We're going to take your child away. Now, we all grew up. Most of us that are probably in here are my age. You probably got an ass whooping by your dad or your mom when you did something wrong, right? And I'm not talking a beating. And in some cases, they probably are. That's wrong. To abuse and beat a child, punch them, hit them, smack them, spit on them, whack them in the back like you're being scorned like you, that's different. But to get a good old spanking, hey, nothing wrong with that. But now it's abuse. But I don't even know. I don't even know where I was going with that. My mind. Oh, talking about schooling. It didn't click. It didn't click until I got older. Some minds just don't click. Um, but it took me a while. Now I can, when I was working in corrections, I'd go to the academy and everything clicked. You were in school for what were we, 5 weeks, Monday through Friday. We lived at the academy. We breathed. We read. We studied everything. 5 weeks. We had the weekend off. We'd go back home. And I did multiple classes and multiple um, just types of learning classes and all that. Through the DOC. But it all clicked. Everything clicked at that point. Um, Yeah, we didn't have DDDs and OCDs. I couldn't say, but Dad, I have DDCD, OPD, RNMBD. Don't spank me. Nah, you're gonna get a spanking because you said you had that, right? Ah, yeah, Kid Unger, how you doing? I remember the days of paddles in the hallway. Yeah, I remember I would go to school. My parents sent me to a private school, right? Sent me to, and my brothers to this private school. And they could paddle you, you know. You could get paddled, but they only give you 3 whacks. Except for this one asshole teacher I had. He was an asshole. He just didn't like me because I called his daughter a name. Anyways, but it was true. Um, I can remember. I mean, you get whack, whack. You get 3 of them. They couldn't go more than 3. But like I said, this other guy, he tagged on more charges. Right? All right, get out there. We're going to paddle you. All right. Three is the number. And this guy paddled me more. He tagged on other charges. Right? I'm going to tag on other charges. So we can give you. I forget 9. We're going to give you 9. I'm like, and give it to me. Right? So remember, I got paddled at school. I had to go home with a slip to get it signed. And then my parents had to sign it, and then they knew I got paddled, and then my dad would paddle me, right? Crazy. Yeah. But did it help me? Yeah, I guess because, if you didn't have discipline, and there's multiple ways of discipline. But if I had discipline, I would probably be in jail right now, and somebody would be watching me, right? Um, but yeah, I remember the kids getting the strap on the hand. And that must have been Catholic, right? They with the old stick, right? Mark says, "Yeah, my dad spanked me. My dad spanked me, but thinking back to it, I'm just not sure if he wasn't just spanking me at all, just snipping his belt when it came across his lap." Oh, I knew when my dad spanked me, right? Uh, oh, here in the Phils, if a kid did wrong, 2 forms of punishment: no rice, no cell phone. Here's another one, and this is Look told me this one, and this happened to her. Her mom used to do this, right? If she did wrong, you guys remember growing up, you know, maybe your parents would say, "All right, go stand in the corner. Go over and stand in the corner. That's your punishment. You got 10 minutes in the corner, right? My mom would do that. Go to the corner. And I go stand in the corner. I'm like, and you better stand there and be quiet. And if you don't be quiet, you're going to stand there longer. I'm like, all right. I'm in the corner, like, that's 5 more minutes. Tack on more charges, right? Tack on more charges. That's 5 more minutes. You got 5 more minutes in the corner. You're like, right? I think my mom did it just so we didn't bother her, to be honest with you. Anyways, um, back to Lut. She said her mom used to make them kneel on rice. Like if you did something bad, like they would have to kneel on rice as a punishment. And you'd be like, do yourself a favor. If you live here in the Philippines, Mike, what I want you to do, get some of Arlen's rice, spread it on the floor, and kneel on it for about 15, 20 minutes. See how that works out. Yeah, but that was her punishment. Like, I don't know, like, and no kids are perfect, but like Hannah and Bing, they don't talk back. They don't, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're in school, they do good in school, and they don't talk back, they don't yell, they don't scream, they don't argue with Lut. Now they might argue with themselves, but I don't know. I don't know. They're good kids. And then I've seen bad kids. I mean, it is what it is. Are you born that way? I don't know. Uh, Hi, Brian. Looking forward to meet you and your fam. Josie and Dick from Florida. People know where I'm at. People know where I eat. People know where I hang out. I always say stop by. Um, I'm not some. I'm not. I've heard a statement where I blow people off. I blow people. Never blew a single person off. If I'm in the middle of doing something, like and it did happen the other day um, with a subscriber, but I was in the middle of doing something. That's when I did the April Fool's joke. I kind of blew him off a little bit, and while I'm doing my April Fools, I'm like, I can get back to this guy. I got to talk to this guy, and then he did realize what I was doing. I don't. Oh, what happened? Oh, did we freeze up? I don't blow people off and ignore them when I see them in public. It's not me. It's not my thing. Um, but I've heard a statement saying that, and if if you were the person that you felt I blew you off, I apologize. I didn't mean to come across that way. Um, you got to understand something too. People have good days, they have bad days, right? You go into work and your coworker might want to talk, and you're like, just leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. I'm having a bad day. I'm having this. I'm having that. It's human nature, right? It's just human nature. And no, I like yesterday the great family I met. Um, we had breakfast together, and got to sit and talk with him and everything. But if you're going to sit and talk and have breakfast with me, I sit outside. I sit outside Tequila Reef for breakfast outside. I don't sit inside. Yes, it's air conditioned inside, and yes, it's nice inside. But I like sitting outside. I like, well, first of all, I can sit out there and vape. Um, Plus, a lot of the guys I sit with, we sit and talk. Sometimes we can get loud. Sometimes we can talk about things. Um, I just like being outside. But yeah, uh, we used to get hot sauce or soap in the mouth. I've seen vinegar in the mouth also for use of bad words at a young age. Yes, yes, soap. I would get soap, not hot sauce, but soap for sure. And my mom would make us put it in her mouth, right? Then when she was done, on the way pulling it out of our mouth, scrape the top tooth with the soap. So now you've got even extra charges added on, right? Extra ones in there. Yes, I would get that. Um, it's funny because my nephew now, no, my nephew's son, he's a little kid. I think starting out, he may be in first grade now or whatever, but he's different. Like he has an infatuation with vacuum cleaners. Like always had an infatuation with vacuum cleaners, right? Matter of fact, he even has his own vacuum cleaner at I don't know what is he 6 or 7, right? My nephew's wife at during St. Patty's Day, she took a bunch of green glitter and made these little footprints on the carpet, right? And my nephew's what would he be like my second nephew? I don't know. My nephew's son comes out and looks, and he's like, "What's going on?" My nephew's wife says, "Oh, the elves were here, or the leprechauns were here. They made this mess." And he's looking at her, and he goes, "Fucking leprechauns make a mess." And he runs and gets his vacuum, right? But he's at that age where he'll pick these words up. Well, of course, somebody's saying it, and he's saying it. He doesn't know, but he gets the soap too, right? But yeah, kids, they learn. They learn. Oh, wait, you're at Tequila Reef eating breakfast now. What the heck? Are you there by yourself? Are you lonely there? If my subscribers, Mike, if my subscribers wouldn't have been there yesterday, I'd have been the only guy. There's a couple protesting Tequila Reef, not me. Ah, all right. One thing I never have done was use any bad words in front of my family at all. But I was just myself and my friends. Every other word was a bad word. Then all they stayed outside. Yeah, you know what? Same way. Like I never heard my mom ever curse because, like I said, they religious. They would go to church and Sunday school, and we were in a private Christian school, and never heard my mom curse. One day, and we were all older now. I think we might all been out of the house, and she was mad at my older brother. Right? I forget where we were at, and she's talking, and she goes, "That fucking kid." I'm like, "Whoa, what? What?" First time I ever heard my mom. I don't ever think I heard my dad curse ever. My mom, and occasionally now she will curse. I mean, she's older, and she'll repeat. I think she'll repeat what people say, and if it's a curse word, she'll say it. And I've even heard her say a few curse words, right? But yeah, I remember that first time I ever heard her curse. I was like, "Whoa, hey, get the soap, right?" What do I recommend at Tequila Reef? I It's whatever you like. I like everything. I've not had a bad meal at Tequila Reef. So Luke, whatever you like, try. And then you got to also remember, my taste buds are going to be different than yours. Um, I've eaten pizza here where people say, "Oh, it's the best pizza," and then I eat it. And I'm like, it's okay. I've eaten at places where everybody, "Oh, it's the best tacos," and I've eaten there, and it's like, it's okay. But I mean, if you got 4 or 5 people saying one place has the best thing, they probably do. It's just my taste buds might be different than other people's taste buds. Of course, everybody's are. Um, but I never had a bad meal from Tequila Reef. Breakfast, I've had all the breakfasts from a pancake up to steak and eggs. Um, I do like the LA burritos, are really good. If you're a big guy like Bruce, um, he's going to eat the large, the LA burrito. I get the mini, but yeah. Have I tried Biggie's pizza? Yeah, Biggie's is okay. DJ Joe, I think Biggie's is okay pizza. And like I told JR, they're just too small. I think the price is right. I think the flavor's good. It's just they're too small. Like I could eat if they're large Biggies, but the price is right. But yes, Biggie's is good. Biggie's is good. Reef prom Reef promised to cook to an American standards and sanitation. Never had a bad meal there, right? I want to try the rib steak at Pappy's. In my opinion, the lechon tastes better in the Philippines than in the USA. I love lechon. You're 100% correct on that. They can cook, they can cook a lechon bad boy, lechon manok here for sure. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. It's been an hour. Um, Thanks for stopping in. Where are we at? Thumbs up. How many thumbs up do we have? Not jumped over to my other page. It says we have 97 70, what do we have? Let me see. 68 thumbs up. How many is there? 98 people in the room. I know people come and go. Never had a bad meal at Tequila Reef. Yes. Um, I know people come and go in and out of the chat rooms and stuff, but anyways, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for saying hello. Once again, thanks for subscribing. Like I said, everybody in here is a subscriber, whether or not they subscribe just to come in. No, you got to subscribe. So, all right, guys. Those back in the States, enjoy the rest of your Easter. Those in the Philippines, enjoy your day off, your holiday off. We've got plans this evening for Hannah Grace. Um, she's excited. So, all right, guys, with that, we will talk to you later.